Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election. And you all know that the fallout from the presidential election is still reverberating around the country. Chimaraoke Nnamani, the former governor of Enugu State and the senator of the Federal Republic, has blamed Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, for his political woes. He didn't even stop there. He claimed that Peter Obi has set the Igbo political trajectory 24 years back. I think that's a lie from the pit of hell, because I think that Peter Obi has pointed to the future of the Igbo politics, the direction to go. Okay? Because Nnamani is among those who opposed the emergence of Peter Obi as a political force in Nigeria, in Southeast, and what have you. Now that he has lost out in his senatorial bid, he's looking for somebody to blame. But he has nobody to blame but himself. This is because it is uncharitable to say that Peter Obi has set the Igbo political trajectory 24 years back. How did he do the calculation? I think that Peter Obi has actually pointed to the future of Igbo political trajectory. A halt to mercantilist politics of Southeast or the Igbos. Those who believe in that kind of politics have been disgraced in this election that took place. They wrote Peter Obi off, but Peter Obi showed them that he has the people's support. So that is a basic fact that nobody can dispute right now. Now the issue now is, did Peter Obi do anything wrong in standing out to challenge the marginalization of the people of the Southeast? Let's put it this way. Peter Obi stood for the people of Southeast to be able to assert themselves in a united Nigeria and to prove again that Southeast believe in united Nigeria. It was confirmed by this election, despite all what the naysayers are saying. Peter Obi came out to save a race from humiliation. Let's face the facts. The people of Southeast have been given their block vote to the People's Democratic Party since 1999. They voted for Obasanjo to be president 1999 and 2003. They voted for Yaradua to be president, House of Fulani, in 2007. They voted for Anejo, Goodluck Jonathan, in block vote to be president 2011. In block vote again, they voted for Jonathan 2015. Again in 2019, they voted in block vote for PDP for Atiku as presidential candidate. This is the level of emotional and financial support and political support that the people of Southeast had given to the PDP. And in 2023, when it was obvious that it was the turn of the people of Southeast to produce a president of Nigeria, and ordinarily everybody expected that all the political parties, in the spirit of equity, justice and fairness, and in line with the federal character principle of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that all the political parties will find it necessary to zone their presidential ticket to the Southeast, especially the PDP a party that the Igbos or the people of Southeast has invested a lot for over 20 years. What did people get to see? PDP jettison is zonal power structure. They refuse to zone the position to the Southeast. They threw it open. They said a Southeast candidate cannot be able to win. That's what Atiku Abubakar sold. That let the presidential ticket be thrown open so that whoever gets it will be able to face the APC, the ruling party. And of course, the APC, the ruling party, they were happy about that. That was why they waited. They waited for PDP to finish their own selection of candidates before the APC did their own. And the PDP foolishly threw the presidential ticket open. And Alhaji Atiku Abubakar said that he will be the one to get the ticket. And that after the election, then they talk about zoning. That what is important is somebody who can be able to grab the power, who can be able to contest toe-to-toe with the ruling party. And he literally bought the ticket. We all know how dollar reign, naira reign, or what have you, at the PDP convention. And then tribalism that now setting by Governor of Sokoto State, Tambawa, stepping down for Atiku Abubakar, and Atiku Abubakar grabbed the ticket. And people of Southeast were watching him. Okay, let us see you. Go and get the presidency. Now people like him are blaming Peter Obi, that Peter Obi cornered the votes of their usual support base. I thought Atiku Abubakar said he can grab the presidency. Just give him the ticket, that he knows how to grab the power back for PDP. He fell. So these are the kind of atmosphere that existed. Total marginalization of people of Southeast. So out of nowhere, Peter Obi left the party. In fact, before the PDP primaries, Peter Obi left the party and moved into Labour Party, and they gave him the ticket. And that ticket they gave him began to point to the direction of the future. Again, you notice that major power bloc, socio-cultural groups in Nigeria supported Peter Obi because they knew it is the right thing to do for somebody from the Southeast to be the next president of Nigeria. That was why he had the support of Afenifere, Pandef, Ohaneze, Middlebelt Forum, and what have you. He had their support. Because these organizations felt that that is the right thing to do to ensure the unity of Nigeria. In fact, many people had expected that even the APC ought to have zoned its presidential ticket to Southeast. But of course, he didn't do so. Because Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu was looming large in the party to ensure that he gets the ticket. So anything that suggests zoning to Southeast, they were against it. But they were making all the noises that power must return to the South. But they were actually saying that power should return to them. So it is good that Peter Obi came out. And Peter Obi made things difficult, both for Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu and for Atiku Abubakar. Right now, Atiku Abubakar has been consigned to the dustbin of history, thanks to Peter Obi coming out for that race. And right now, Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu is holding a mandate he cannot defend because there is significant evidence that it doesn't belong to him. Which was the reason why Peter Obi has gone to court. And he himself, as I keep saying, is not a man who go to court for form. He's a man of principle, a man who is not given to frivolities. So he has seen that there's opportunity for him to get his mandate back. He has gone to court. He believes strongly that he won the election. And there is enough ground to suggest that he did. Because if they were not scared of him winning, why did they not transmit the result of the presidential election directly to the IRF the way they did for the senatorial and House of Reps election. So in fact, Nnamani and co ought to be thanking Peter Obi for removing shame from the faces of people of Igbo extraction who were treated with disdain by the major power structures in APC and PDP. And now Peter Obi has rewritten the political history of Nigeria. And it will never be the same again. So Nnamani and co should blame themselves. And then Nnamani moved against the tide. He was among those who were opposed to Peter Obi emerging as a presidential candidate. In fact, Nnamani was busy marketing Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which was the reason why he was expelled from the PDP, even though he still insists that he is the candidate of the PDP in the senatorial election. He was campaigning for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was even rejected by Afenifere, because Afenifere understands the need for unity and say, no, it is not the turn of the Southwest to produce president. That they have produced Obasanjo for 8 years, produced Professor Sibanjo as vice president for 8 years. For fairness, justice, and equity, that the presidency should go to Southeast. This is the person that Nnamani was campaigning for. And he thought that given the feelings in the Southeast, they are going to back him in that kind of journey. They cannot. That was why he was roundly humiliated politically. So he has himself to blame. Nnamani has himself to blame for flowing against the tide. You know, there are consequences for flowing against the tide. Many of those who flowed against the tide in the Southeast, who came out openly to antagonize Peter Obi, their political obituary has already been signed in terms of making progress further in politics. And where are they today, many of them? Even many of them who has no courage of their own conviction to come out and say, look, what Peter Obi is doing is in the interest of the unity of this country, in the interest of people of Southeast, that let us support him. But they didn't do that. Today, they are looking for who to blame. So I'm saying it, and I insist that Peter Obi has shown the way for the politics of Southeast in the future. And also he has shown the new Nigerian that is possible. A new Nigerian, which will be a Nigeria built by all. Look at the support that Peter Obi had. Peter Obi had nationwide support. He commanded respect across all the political spectrum, across all the ethnic divide and religious divide. He was the unifier in the whole process. He was never divisive. He never made any divisive comment. Peter Obi was not the person that said, it is the turn of the Yoruba, it is my turn. Peter Obi is not the person that ran a Muslim ticket. Peter Obi is not the one that told a Ramadan lecture in Oshun that the person to succeed Buhari must be a Muslim. It was Bola Ahmed Tinubu that said all those. Peter Obi is not the one that said that what the North need is a Northern president. Peter Obi was the only one during the campaign that was saying, do not vote for me because I'm from the Southeast. Do not vote for me because I'm a Christian. Vote for me based on capacity, based on competence, based on integrity, based on transparency. Vote for me based on my track record. Look at my track record. None of the other ones were, other major presidential candidates were saying that. They use their religion, their ethnicity to project themselves. And today some of them are still blaming Peter Obi, saying that Peter Obi used religion, when they were the ones that used religion. They accused him of using ethnicity. They were the one that used ethnicity. Peter Obi campaigned in Lagos. He never said that Igbo people in Lagos should vote for him. But when the result came out in the presidential election, they tried to turn it that it was Igbos that voted for Peter Obi. When in fact, the majority of the population of Lagos are Yorubas who voted against Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu because they were sick and tired of his leadership in Lagos. And of course, it's expected. No leader can be in charge of a people in a democracy for over 20 years and people will not get tired of the person, no matter how well-intentioned. That is a fact. We have to understand that fact. It is a fact. So that is what led to Peter Obi winning in Lagos, but they try to turn it into an ethnic affair, which it is not. So Peter Obi, to me, deserves commendation for pointing the way of the future. He is not the problem. He is the solution. And everybody is now waiting. Let us see what the court will do about the apparent rigging of the presidential election. Because there is no other way to explain it. That the Beavers could be able to transmit senatorial and House of Representative election to the IREF, but he could not transmit presidential election results. If not for rigging, there is no other explanation to explain that situation. So Peter Obi is a man that should be celebrated by people like Nnamani. Nnamani is licking his wound today because he moved against the tide, because he misread the political mood of Southeast and the country. And to make matters worse for him, the man who was competing with him for the senatorial seat, a Labour Party candidate, was murdered, set ablaze after being killed in his vehicle with others. That alone was enough to sound the obituary, political obituary of Nnamani. Because at the end of the day, there's no way people did not read political meaning to his assassination. And that was why Nnamani himself respected himself and didn't try to drag this election when the result came out. And he was defeated by the Labour Party senatorial candidate that replaced the dead candidate. He respected himself and quietly exited from a PDP and now waiting for whatever crumbs that Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu may drop on his lap for supporting him, even though he's in the PDP. So the truth be told, and Nnamani should hear it, that he was responsible for his own failure politically at this dispensation, because already Nnamani had been consigned to political oblivion after he left power. Governor Chime has no regard for him. The other governors who had no regard for him, it was Ugwuanyi who went and resurrected him and literally handed him the senatorial ticket. And he went back to the Senate. He went to the Senate. But for that, he was already on political oblivion. So he has to thank Ugwuanyi who brought him back to life politically. And now, of course, because of that decision by Ugwuanyi himself is struggling to survive. He lost his own senatorial ticket. And he's struggling to retain the governorship position for PDP because of the wrong decisions Ugwuanyi himself took in respect of the political hurricane that swept Southeast, inspired by Peter Obi. Peter Obi has pointed the path to a new Nigeria, a path to the Igbo political trajectory. He didn't set the Igbo trajectory backwards. He set it to the future. Because even those who are complaining They have no plan for Southeast going forward. Already, PDP refused to give them tickets for presidency. APC refused to give them ticket for presidency. If not for Peter Obi, where will Southeast have been able to raise somebody to challenge for the presidency of the country? And from all indication, actually got it before it slipped from his hand as a result of manipulation, which by now Peter Obi is in the race to see how he recover it back through the court process. So Nnamani should just lick his wound. He should not link Peter Obi to that. Peter Obi has done what he should do as a man who cannot stand injustice. It is because Peter Obi cannot stand injustice against the people of Southeast. That was why he came into the race, to see what he could be able to do as an individual without the backing of a major political party. And look at what he did. He won 12 states without structure, so-called. Tinubu won 12 states. As atiku won 12 states. Can you beat that? Just by the force of his energy, by the charisma that he brought to the political space, and by his own integrity. That was how he was able to achieve this. So that is very important to note. So on that note, I want to really say that Nnamani got it wrong, and those who think like him, they got it wrong. And Peter Obi actually did the right thing by coming out to contest this election and by showing a new direction for the people of Southeast in the political future of Nigeria. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.